there, just going to do a quick follow-up video on this generator that I bought about 9 months ago. It's a Fujihama inverter style generator. I'll attach this video as a link from the original video that I did for it. We've been using this thing off and on. When the power goes out here in the Philippines, it's usually out for an entire day, so a 12-hour cycle. So when I run it, I tend to run it for anywhere from 6 to 10 hours, and then usually by then the power is back on. You know, admittedly, I don't have it in the best location. It's tucked in the corner of the wall. That makes it kind of noisy because the echo of the engine reverberates off the walls, and I could have done a better location, but for my setup, that's pretty much all I could do. And I just threw a tarp over this area, which covers the motorbike as well as the generator, to some degree anyway. Now, I can't complain about the generator. It's been working beautifully. Fuel consumption, I don't really know how to gauge it. I can run it on 12 hours, and I know it might use quarter of the tank. But again, that doesn't refer to really much of anything. It's a 15-liter tank. I don't draw much power, though. Like, pretty much just lights and fans and the TV and maybe a laptop charger or something, but not the hot water system, or we have no electrical cooking appliances that are on, other than the grill and the toaster, but we almost never use that. So the only thing I can report on is keep it in a very dry place, because it likes to rust. I mean, just a little bit of moisture this thing has seen, and it just quickly falls apart with rust everywhere. Like those bolts look like stainless steel originally, but as you can see, it's rusted underneath the paint almost everywhere, which I found surprising, but partially my fault because I covered it up as opposed to just putting a lid on it or something. In the Philippines, everything is very moist here all the time, so if you cover it up with a tarp or something, you're just asking for trouble, and I guess that's probably what caused the problem for me. And other than that, the starter itself, you have to click it several times to get it to engage now. That just recently started happening. It still starts fine, but it may do it this time or it may not. If you turn the key on, it just makes a loud click, and that's it. You see it didn't actually start or try to turn over. You do it again. So you do it again and it always works. So sometimes you have to do that twice. This thing always needs the choke to start, even if it's warm. And you see it did it again. And now it doesn't want to start at all. So there you go. Maybe a battery connection. And turn the choke off. And there she goes. It still runs great. That's a bit louder in the corner, but otherwise it would have been fine. I'll just shut her off. And it just clicks again. And then it'll engage. So, I don't know. I might service those connections or something here, but they looked fine for the most part. But it doesn't take much corrosion on a battery to cause a lack of current flow, which can certainly result in a starting problem that's intermittent. So anyway, folks, that's all I have to report. It's still well worth the free screw up from Lazada. Maybe you won't be so lucky, and while I was doing this, I had to kill a whole bunch of ants, and I highly recommend this stuff. It is amazing. Almost kills them on contact. They have different odors, like this one's lavender. So pesticide with a scent. It's funny, but it actually works really good for ants. Red ants and black ants, doesn't matter. Spray it and they're all dead within a minute or two. Okay, folks. Talk to you later.